Hey family, what's going on? Klaus here, and welcome back to Surviving with Mekanism, where last time, guys, we did all kinds of work expanding and improving our output, improved the output of our industrial turbine. As you can see, flow rate is currently at 640,000 millibuckets, which is like, what, triple of what we had before. Off camera, I actually expanded my fission reactor, so I'm now burning at 32 millibuckets per tick, so it's not complicated or anything, so I decided to go ahead and do it off camera. So now I'm burning at a maximum speed to get antimatter, and the supercritical phase shifter is still, I'm still not making enough polonium to stack up. You know, what I'm assuming is if I'm making enough polonium at once, then I'll be able to grab it, and you'll be able to see it slowly accumulating in this tank. So that means I'm not making it fast enough. I did add a couple of pipes, but as you can see in my inventory, I did manage to get an antimatter pellet, and I've also got another one in here. So I've actually got 2 antimatter pellets today, which brings me to what I want to do today. I'm going to be making a QIO storage system, which is something that I was not really all that interested in to begin with, because I honestly prefer these more, I mean, granted, not super realistic storage systems. I've got 175,000 cobblestone in that one bin, but it's more realistic than the QIO storage system, which basically compresses all of these things into binary data that's stored on a hard drive, right? And then but there's some benefits to that I think outpace the unrealistic feel of the QIO storage, or the drive array, or the storage system. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with the QIO storage system, it is basically a computer that you develop, and it's basically a digital storage system. You can store billions of items in that thing as long as you actually make the right drives. And of course, they're very expensive. And the highest level, let me just go ahead and show you what I'm talking about here. The supermassive QIO drive can hold 16 billion items, but it does require an antimatter pellet. So the whole reason why I wanted to get the supercritical phase shifter going and everything was because I wanted to build the QIO drive, and also there's other things that you can use antimatter for, which we've talked about in the past, but things like the supermassive QIO drive, the gravitational modulating units, which is for the mecha suit, which we will be building very, very soon, as well as the teleportation unit, and the antiprotonic nucleosynthesizer, which means we need 5, 6, 7, 8, we need 9 total antimatter pellets. And I've been playing and AFKing a lot, and I've only got 2. Oh wow, not even close to getting the 3rd one. So remember what we talked about last episode, right? I told you guys that I needed 2,000 uranium ore per antimatter pellet. Well, I've been running around with the digital miner, and as you can see, I've got 12,500 uranium ores in this bin here, which I did set up in conjunction with my diamond chest just to kind of hold, because these diamond chests can hold a maximum of 6,092, I believe, ores. So I added on this elite bin, which can hold up to 32,000. And I wanted to get as many ores as possible. In fact, if I go into my map mod, you'll be able to see for all of these marks, these are all marks that I have mined out with my digital miner uranium. Now, I was doing everything, and then I decided, well, I don't need more iron, or I don't need more coal, or I don't need more redstone, or blah, blah, blah. So I slowly sloughed off certain things that I was mining up, and until now, I think the only thing I'm getting is uranium, diamonds, possibly still clay, obsidian maybe. I could have sworn there was something else, but there are just a couple of things that I'm actually taking out of the world right now. So that's how I ended up with 12,500 uranium ore, which means with that itself, just with this that's in here, I can get 12,000 divided by 2,000, that's 6. I can get 6 antimatter pellets just out of that uranium there. But you don't want to forget, this is transporting up to here, and it's already made out of ingots. And remember, it's 10,000 ingots per pellets. So that's another 1.5. And then, of course, we have some ingots and yellow cake uranium in here. And this is all automatic, which brings me once again to the QIO storage system. I'm tired of using quantum entangloporters. I don't need to, okay? The QIO storage system has a way in which you can automatically transport items wirelessly and it's much better than using a quantum entanglement porter. So, all that being said, things like the coal blocks. Notice how I'm using blocks in here because it's just a little bit more space efficient. You can set up things where you store your items on the hard drives. It automatically pulls out certain items, crafts certain things. If you have like a chain of what are they called again? Assemblicators. The automatic crafting tables. I can't remember the name of them. And then it kicks it out to wherever it needs to go. So instead of having like this big ugly bin going down into this pressurized reaction chamber with this cable, I would just have this little bitty, it looks like a little like horn or something sticking out of the top, and that's an antenna for accepting the item. So there's a lot to do today, and so let's begin crafting, okay? I'm gonna go in here, and we're gonna begin by getting the list put together. So if you guys want to make a QIO system, the first thing you need is a QIO drive array. And of course, I'm going to add it over here for you guys to be able to keep up with. There's other things that you want, including a QIO dashboard if you want to be able to access this thing from other rooms or other areas than where you store your QIO drive array. And then you're also going to want to make your QIO drives. Now, I'm not sure how far I'm going to go with these QIO drives. As you can see, they're very expensive. So yeah, we're going to work on that. The other thing is amazing is this portable QIO dashboard, which is basically a way to access your QIO dashboard from anywhere in the world. So let's say you're off, you go to the Nether. Let's just give you guys a real life example of this. You go to the Nether and something happens and your portal gets destroyed, right? And you don't have your teleporter with you because you left it at home because you're afraid to die and you don't want to lose it. Well, if you have this portable QIO dashboard, then you can reach in and you can grab a flint and steel because you forgot it back at home, and you can relight your portal and you can get home. Just one small example of that. Or like, let's say you're off and you need, well, the flint and steel was a good enough example, wasn't it? So that is that. Now there's other things that we want. We definitely want the importer and the exporter, and there's also a redstone adapter that I do want to make, although I've never messed with it, so I may not know how to use it today, but we're gonna work on that. So basically everything that you need to make this work, all you have to do is type in QIO and everything comes up in your JEI. Now I realize it's covered up by my face cam, but everything is over here now. So now let's begin actually making the things. First things first, I want to make the QIO drive array, which is the computer. It's the server rack that holds your hard drives that holds your items. And here's the best part about this thing, man, guys. It's wireless. You don't have to plug it into power, which means it requires a teleportation core. So to make that, we need 2 atomic alloys, 4 lapis, 2 gold, and a diamond. So I'm gonna grab this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think that was it, right? Yes, okay, so teleportation core. I'm probably gonna have to make more of these, to be honest with you. Personal chest is another one, so I'm gonna need 5 steel. Now this is again why I was hesitant to actually make this, because I love being able to just physically walk around and see all of my items. But you know, there's gonna be other benefits to using this. I may use it fully. I may not. I don't know. We'll see. I am hesitant though, just because again, I really like my system that I've got going on right now. But anyway, so personal chests. Yeah, this is the thing I was missing, and then I've got to go get a couple of regular chests. Let's also go ahead and sleep, because my supercritical phase shifter and fission reactor are running, and they require sunlight. So let's keep that going. I do have a couple of chests stored up somewhere. I thought I did anyway. Yeah, there's one. So I need to make another one. I'm gonna use the spruce logs because why not? I don't think I have a use for spruce. There we go. There's my 2 chests. So personal chest, there we go. And now I think I've got, I'm gonna have to have 2 of these ultimate control circuits, 4 polonium pellets, and a glass pane. Well, fortunately, I've got a decent amount of these ultimate circuits and a decent amount of these poloniums, and I've got a glass pane. There we go. All right, so that is my QIO drive array. Now, hopefully, oh no. Guys, I just used my personal chest that had all of my stuff in it. And all that stuff didn't go anywhere. I don't know where that stuff went. Oh no. I don't know what I just lost. I know I lost some stuff. I just don't know what I lost. I'm so grateful I didn't put my antimatter in there. but I just lost all of my cables. I just lost everything because I made this QIO drive array with my personal chest that happened to have all my stuff in it. Oh no, this is a perfect example of having my items in the system would be perfect. Oh, I just lost so much stuff. Tons of fusion reactor casings that had tons of polonium. Oh, my heart hurts. My heart hurts, guys. Oh man, at least I had a lot of stuff stored up, right? I mean, dude, okay, this is why I need a QIO drive. All right, I'm now convinced that this is a good idea. Let's make 2 of these QIO dashboards. So I need more. I'm just gonna grab a stack of each of these things. That, and let's just grab a bunch of those and a bunch of those. I can't believe I just lost everything in my personal chest. You guys know I depend on that thing so much. Oh man, I'm broken right now. That is so upsetting. If you guys have been watching this series, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you guys, you know, maybe this is the first video you're checking out by me, then thank you for, you know, coming by. Do consider subscribing if you'd like to. But this is what we do. We play Mekanism. We are trying to survive through it. And it's sometimes upsetting when you lose all of your stuff, which is what's happening now. But there we go. I made 2 QIO dashboards. One of them is going to be used in the portable QIO dashboard. The other one will be put on the wall somewhere. Now let's actually make this QIO dashboard. It should be not too bad because I've got everything in my inventory now except for the polonium. Should I just grab a stack of polonium? Let's just grab a stack of polonium. And let's make our portable QIO dashboard, and let's also make a couple of these QIO drives, which are extremely expensive. I did not realize this. My goodness. Okay, here, let's just grab all of these, or not all of them, but a bunch of them. Let's make a couple of these. I've got, yeah, they're independent and everything. And if you want to upgrade to like the next level, which is a hyper dense QIO drive, you have to have 4 of the regular QIO drives. So that's kind of expensive, plus a diamond, which if you guys didn't realize, I've got 7,770 diamonds just from running my my digital miner throughout like the entire world. But you know what? 2 QIO drives should do it for me for now. So I think that's actually everything that I need except for the importer and the exporter and the redstone adapter. So should we go ahead and make those? I guess we should. Let's go ahead and make a couple more of these teleportation cores. The only thing I don't have is a sticky piston. Yeah, I have not found a single slime ball this entire time. Is it possible to make slime in Mekanism? There isn't. Okay, I was really hoping that there was. So I'm not gonna be able to get to this today unless I go out and grab some slime, which is not the best, but it's not the worst, I guess. All right, so this is gonna be a temporary location for my QIO drive, okay? I haven't used this side yet. This is the back side of my, what is this called? It's like an attic or something. And so let's place it down right here, okay? And honestly, it looks pretty awesome and it works pretty well. All we have to do is select it in here, place both of these drives, and you can see that they're there. And now I get a set of frequency, just like the quantum entangle portal. You actually have to like designate where these items are gonna go. So I'm gonna call this one storage, although I don't fully think I'm gonna use it as just simply storage. But okay, so now you can see I put in 2 of these 16,000 item QIO drives, so my total item storage is 32,000. I can also store 128 different types of items. So I've got 2, so it's 256. I don't think I'm gonna ever use that. But yeah, you can see now that the color is nice, bright and green. And then the QIO dashboard allows me to access this from anywhere. So as you can see right now, it is just like a black panel, but if I go in and select storage and hit set, now it lights up and it's nice and pretty. So here we go. We have our now our QIO dashboard, which once again is a digital storage system. I'm so upset that I lost everything out of my my personal chest, man. I'm so upset. But this will solve the problem. So if I were to throw this atomic alloy into here and then come into here, you'll be able to see that now this thing doesn't say 0 out of 16,000, it says 5 out of 16,000. the atomic alloy is in this QIO dashboard. And then now, if I were to go to my portable QIO dashboard, get away from it, and select it, now it says I own it, because you can use this on like multiplayer servers. But if you go into here, now you can see it. If I set this frequency to storage, then boom, there are my atomic alloys. So I just reached into the black hole of which is the QIO storage system, and there it was. That's pretty sweet. I mean, I have to admit, that is very, very awesome. So I think what I need to do is go get some slime. I have not done that yet. So here, you know what? I'm gonna store away this stuff just temporarily. It can't disappear because it is stored, literally stored on that hard drive. So if I actually go in, if I take this hard drive out, then nothing is in there. But if I put the storage, the hard drive back in, then you'll see that it's back. So it's literally stored in that hard drive. And I can also, as you can see here, I could search for stuff. If I want to just find atomic, stuff goes away. If I want to just find ingot, then there it is. It's pretty cool. Plus, it can hold more than a stack per slot, which is pretty sweet. So, now that we've done that, guys, let me actually put away the teleportation cores, and I'm gonna hold on to the antimatters because I don't fully trust the system yet. And let's actually do. I can't believe I lost everything out of my electronic chest. I'm very upset, or my personal chest, whatever. I've got to find a swamp because I've got to get myself some. Is this a swamp down here? I think this is a swamp down here. Yeah, all right, let's go, and you know what, I'm gonna shut this stuff off because I don't want it running overnight, so let's scram that, and yeah, that's turned off. This is good. I'm gonna leave that in there, and let's go and try to kill ourselves some slime. I can't believe I've never gotten any slime in this entire series. It's crazy, right? But I can cover some pretty good ground. And so while I'm traveling, because this is going to take a little bit of time, and I apologize for that, I will be able to teleport back, and I probably should have brought a teleporter with me. Actually, I think I have one in my inventory. Actually, no, I lost it. Oh, I lost an entire digital miner! Guys, I had a digital miner, I had a quantum, I had 2 quantum entangleporters, I had all kinds of like ultimate cables and stuff. I lost all of that. Oh, man. I'm so upset still. I'm gonna be upset for a long time, I think. For days, maybe weeks. Let's see, is there anything in here? Fire charge. How cool would it be if there was actually... I'm gonna take all that. How cool would it be if there was actually slime ball in there? That'd be super cool. Anyway, so as upset as I am, it's kind of like a fresh start, right? It's kind of like, hey, you know what? We made a new storage system. Let's start fresh. And although I would have loved to have kept all that stuff, you guys have seen it. I am not struggling for material. Like, I'm doing great on material. So I'm not too worried about it. Again, I really wish that I had brought a teleporter with me in case I need to come back to this swamp at a later date, but it's totally cool. So I think I'm on my way there, right? Yeah, I gotta turn slightly to the right. I'm gonna go past this forest, and then we're gonna make our way over. I don't do a whole lot of exploring in surviving with Mekanism, so let's do it. I'm not going to cut this from the video, obviously. This is a major part of the QIO storage system is actually having these importer-exporters. So, so yeah, let's do this. All right, let me think about what I lost here. I lost parts and pieces of every single multi-block structure that I've made, including probably a bunch of items that required polonium, so that's really upsetting. I definitely, well, I didn't lose anything like atomic alloy or anything like that, but I definitely lost like every single type of cable you can imagine. But I think the thing I'm most upset about is I lost my digital miner. Now, fortunately, I have 2 digital miners, so I do have another one. I was actually running them in tandem. I had one running, and I would start it, set it up, and then I'd run to the next one, set up the other one, and then I'd run back and pick up the one because it had finished, and then run in front of it, and I'll just do this herpy dirt back and forth. And that's basically how I got so many uranium ingots all at once. And I wish that I could have, well, I actually did leave the system running that's quintupling my uranium ores right now, which is good. All right, so here is my swamp. It's not very big. And it's, I think it's at the right level, 63, that's not too bad. I didn't even bring my gun. All I have is my atomic disassembler, which is good, just not great. So I've got to find, I only need to find like one slime, and this would be great. And the moon it's low. It's not like empty. It's not new. But it's low enough to where I think we'll be able to find some slime here. At least I really hope so. Can the map, let me see something real quick. Can the map actually show like slime chunks? I think it might. I don't remember. But anyway, it is dark. So let's see if we can maybe locate ourselves a slime. I just need one, guys. As long as I get one slime and kill it and take its stuff, dude, we are golden. It's gonna be really upsetting if I don't find a slime in this entire thing. Okay, there's a skeleton and some creepers. See, this is not a very big, this is not a very big swamp, so I'm just gonna hover. I've got plenty of hydrogen. Now, the question is, and it's something I've never actually looked up, is does it have to be a new moon for slime to spawn? I feel like it's just like, it changes. There's one. Yes. Yes. Okay, hold on. I've got to kill this slime. Don't you dare despawn on me, little guy. Don't you dare despawn. I'm coming for you. It's not a very big one either, but I think that the newer the moon... Oh, no. I think it despawned. No! Dang it! I was feeling so excited there for a second. Shoot. Okay. There's one. Yes, yes, yes. It might be the one. I don't know. Ah, it's a baby creeper. That's a baby creeper. I'm just gonna let it destroy itself. All right, there you go. Get down, son. Yeah, 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 yeah. Go away. Okay, I got 2 slime balls. You know what? I kind of would like to have more than 2. I kind of would like more than 2 slime balls if I can help it. Let's get way up here so the stuff will spawn. I think it's 24 blocks above the surface. I'm like 40 right now. If it's 60 something, then 60 plus 24 is 80 something. So yeah, I'm plenty high up to where stuff should spawn below me. But yeah, like I was saying, I think the newer the moon, the more likely a slime will spawn, which means that since it's not fully new, we're not gonna have like the highest frequency of slimes spawning, which is fine. I just need to, honestly, I just want like half a dozen slime balls. That's it. That's all I want. I would love to find a wandering trader. You know, like the wandering traders that are really annoying? I would love to have one that doesn't, like, that isn't quite annoying because it sells stuff that I actually need. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice if the wandering trader was actually necessary? Anyway, I've got the 2 slime balls that I need, I think. Because I need, I only need 1 for this QIO importer. But I know me, I'm gonna want to build a lot more than just 2 of these things. But you know what, I may, okay, here. I'm gonna make a, let me see, do I see anything? No. Alright, I'm gonna make a single pass across this thing, and if nothing spawns, if I don't see any more slimes, there's gotta be a bigger swamp somewhere, but this is the closest one and the fastest, the closest one that I've found so far. I will head home, and come out here at a later time, maybe off camera, and get some more of these slime balls, because slime, that's one of those things that I've just never ever been good at getting. I'm sorry. It's just, and I'm sure you guys can relate. It's like, it's one of those things. Like, unless you spawn near a swamp, you're not gonna have a lot of slime balls. Until you set up a slime farm, which would be fantastic, but that requires effort, and, you know, I'd rather put my effort into Mekanism stuff in this series, not necessarily vanilla stuff. Alright guys, I think I'm convinced that that is going to be it for me in the swamp for today. So let's go ahead and go back to the temple. Take a sleep. We're going to crank back the fission reactor, and we're going to make the importer exporter for And actually, you know what? I'm gonna put the flint down. Let's put this obsidian down and this fire charge. I've never had one, so I'm just gonna store it in there for now. All right, so now that I've got my slime balls, guys, let's finish this off. First of all, activate that. Whoa. Why are we so close to 0? What the heck is happening right now? I guess because this thing absorbs so much. I guess, here. You know what? I'm just gonna turn, just to make myself feel better, let's output water and fill this tank back up. Yeah. Okay, now I'll feel a little bit better about life. Okay, so let's make, actually, you know what? I'm gonna need the wood, so let's come over to here and let's make a QIO importer. Now, there's a big difference between an importer and an exporter. So I will explain that here shortly, but for now, let me just grab all this wood. I should be using my precision sawmill, but I'm a little too impatient for that right now. Let's get some cobblestone, redstone, and iron. And I'm gonna make a couple of these pistons. And then one of these sticky pistons. So now I've used up one of my slime balls, but I haven't used the other, which is good. I think I've got nothing in my inventory. What happened to... Oh, okay, here's... Yeah. Let's grab this. Now, one of the things I don't like about this is that there's no crafting feature in this portable QIO dashboard or even the regular dashboard, which is upsetting. I would love it if I could actually like craft some stuff in here, have everything I need and just and not have to worry about my tiny little inventory. But unfortunately, that is the, you know, that's the hand that we've been dealt. That's the way it's set up, so can't do anything about that. All right, so let's go ahead and make the importer and the exporter. I should have everything I need there. There we go. And then the redstone adapter. I need another teleporter or teleportation core, and I need a redstone torch, which requires a stick. I literally have a stack. I've got lots of stacks of sticks over there. And let's make that a redstone torch, and then the redstone adapter, which requires polonium pellets, to ultimate control circuits, a teleportation core, a redstone dust, and a redstone torch. And there we are. All right, so let's discuss these parts, okay? I probably shouldn't have started this up yet, but let's actually, yeah, let's turn this off. I realize that this poor thing is getting whiplash, but let's actually remove this and remove this. So one of the things I'm having to do is physically move my fluorite between these two machines. I've already got this kind of set up automatically. I'm able to get my yellow cake uranium. It's automatic, it's awesome. But I would like to automatically port my fluorite. Now, this is a really simple setup because honestly, I mean, all I need to do really is throw this thing on one thing and this thing on the other, and it works like a quantum entanglement porter. But you'll notice that this is a much cleaner setup, and I'm gonna be able to show you guys one side and then the other. So the importer is going to bring items into your QIO system, okay? The exporter is gonna bring items out of your QIO system. So it's kind of confusing because you're gonna bring something out of your QIO system into your dissolution chamber. So the exporter needs to go on top of the dissolution chamber, okay? So now I'm gonna set the frequency to storage. And since I don't have the item in my QIO storage just yet, I'm gonna leave this thing here. But here in a little bit, I'm going to be setting tags and a filter so that it only brings in the correct item. So, and also, by the way, whenever you set the frequency, it turns blue instead of black or gray or whatever color it was. But notice how clean this looks. This thing, it looks like a funny little horn or like a little temple, like a Shaolin temple or something stuck on top of this thing versus this box with this cable. It's just cleaner. It looks nicer. So now what I want to do is I want to run over to this system over here where I'm going to set my importer. And actually, you know what? I may swap these two items here. Here, let's just do that here now. Because I'm not gonna want that that horn sticking out. So let me see. What is this one? This one's the fluorite. So let's put the salt right here and the fluorite right there. And I'm gonna put the horn right up here. So once again, the best part about all of this is that it requires absolutely no power. You just plug it in and it works off of wireless frequencies. So there we go. That is the Which item was that? This is the importer because it's going to be pulling items from this bin into the QIO array here. So let's set this up to where it's set on this frequency. And now it'll turn blue. At least it should. There we go, it's blue. And now I'm gonna tell it to pull the items out of it, but I don't want to pull all the items out of it. So what I'm gonna need is this redstone adapter. And this redstone adapter, let me just think for a second about how I could set this up. Actually, I just thought of a better idea to do this. It may not look quite as pretty just, well, it's not a better idea. I need to empty out this bin. Okay, here, let me just set this bin down. I need these items, and I need to set them in here. Okay, so now it's empty. I was just thinking about how I can empty it out, but that was actually quite a simple process. So I need to be able to put both the redstone adapter and the importer on this bin. So it is gonna stick out on the front. That's the redstone adapter, but let me put the importer back on there. And I don't think it holds its frequency, so let's go ahead and reset that again. All right. And then the redstone adapter. So now item type undefined, trigger count 0. And so what we want to do is we want to set the amount of items that it will pull out. This redstone adapter will literally choose, it'll scan the inventory inside of my QIO dashboard, and it'll bring items in based upon how many items I want it to have. So instead of it pulling everything out of here because it's set to constantly do it, it'll stop at a certain count. So let's say that count is 64. Okay, so now, of course, I have to set the frequency. So now the count is 64, and I believe that is all I have to do. Of course, I do have to have some fluorite, and I'm curious to see if I place this here. Ah, yes, fluorite. That is the trigger count. Yeah. So now that I've told it you need to pull out fluorite, and I'm wondering if you can actually do. I'm wondering if you can actually do multiple items with this. I've never done it before. Like I said, I'm messing with this thing on the fly. But now it should pull out 64 items into my QIO drive. And actually, you know what I just realized? Let me change this to items. I'm going to set this to items. I'm going to shift right click this bin. It makes it glow. I don't know what that does. I'm about to find out. But, all right, so fluorite, it is set up and ready to go. And now I need to set this to fluorite as well. And now it should be working. Ah, okay, it is going crazy, pulling everything out. That was not what I wanted it to do. I don't know how to tell it to stop or anything. It's pulling everything out. I mean, I guess it's not a bad thing necessarily. I just wanted it to only pull out 64. See, like I said, I've never used these before, so I don't know how to do it. What if does that change it? No, see, that number is still declining really, really fast. So I don't know what that shift click with the configurator does, but let me throw this back in here. All right, so this thing's working. I don't know exactly trigger count. Can I maybe do like less than 64? I'm gonna have to do a little bit of reading on the QIO redstone adapter, and we'll have to cover it in a future video because this trigger count 64 is a little bit confusing. I might just be doing it backwards, where I should have put this on the other machine. That may be it. You know, let me actually pull this thing off of here. We'll change it to wrench and pull that off of there. And it is currently pulling like crazy. So let me just jump over to here, to this machine, and I guess I'll have to put it on the front just for now. Let's change it. I just want some of this. Trigger count 64. And let's make this to where it's redstone detected. And we also need to set this to where the exporter will also respond to fluorite and fluorite only. There we go. All right, well, obviously it's only going to pull 64 because that's the only amount that it can hold in its inventory. But I think that all of it goes into the QIO dashboard, and there's really nothing that you can do about it. That's the way it seems to me anyway. So I guess that means that we don't necessarily need this on here. I'll have to play around with it a little bit off camera just to make sure I know what's going on. But hey, you know what? It's worked exactly the way we wanted it to, guys. We now have a wireless transfer system for fluorite. And as you can see, I've got 18, not you, we got 18,000 fluorite, 19,000 fluorite sitting in my QIO storage system. And if I go over to here, you can see that it is emptying the thing, which is not the best because then this bin will be empty and something else will fall into it. But it may be that I can set up a system by which this will go immediately into the system. I'm figuring out the quirks here as I go, so my apologies if it sounds like I don't know what I'm talking about. What I do know is that this red means that the drive is full. As you can see, I've got 16,000 out of 16,000 items in this QIO drive. This thing is filling up as well. So we're basically filling up on fluorite, which is kind of hilarious because that's like the least likely thing that you would ever fill up on. So can I make a few more of those QIO drives? I don't remember how to make them anymore. I'm pretty sure they're pretty expensive though. Yeah, 4 of these ultimate circuits. Here, let's just grab, I'm gonna grab all but 1. Okay, and then I'm gonna make 2 more. And then if I go grab those 2 out of there and then upgrade it to the compressed, it actually doubles the amount of items it can hold. And we're also going to experiment and find out if we can actually upgrade these things with items in them. I hope that we can, because that would be really frustrating if we couldn't. So, QIO drive, a diamond, and lead, and it does actually hold on to its items. That's awesome. So I've now upgraded and basically doubled the amount of items that I can hold per drive. Because you remember each one was 16,000, so 1632, it's 48. Ooh, wow, more than doubled. Triple. That's awesome. So now I'm able to hold 128,000 items, and it's probably sucked out all of the fluorite at this point, which is kind of hilarious. Yeah, see all my uranium is going into here. That's not good. So I'm just going to pull that thing off, pull that thing off. And I don't want uranium because it's set up to here, so I'm going to port all of this stuff out from one side to the other. And of course, since I don't have any more extra wires or anything, I've got to do this like this. Items, okay? There we go. So that's probably the long way to do it. But if there was a lot more in there, then it would have been obvious that I needed to do this. I could have just taken them out physically and put them in there. But I kind of like setting these things up just for the satisfaction of watching these things go through the wires. But there you go, guys. That was a very mismatched definition and description of the QIO drive system. I mean, I'm able to store 128,000 items, access it from pretty much anywhere. It's an electronic storage system. And with these importers and exporters, and of course I need to figure out the redstone adapter still, we are able to wirelessly transfer items to and from this system, which is super, super cool. And I'm a big fan of the whole thing. Of course, I don't think that I'm going to be using it like exclusively. I think I'm going to keep my bin system, but who knows? Things may change. Things may not. We'll find out. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me today in this episode of the QIO drive system. Hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something, learned what not to do. Whenever you're making don't use your own personal chest. Make sure you're using the other personal chest. Otherwise, you're going to lose all of your things, which I did. I lost everything, and I'm very upset about it still. Next episode, we'll be working on the mecha suit, so definitely be looking forward to that. But I think in between episodes, I may try to... Actually, wait a minute. I'm actually going to do something that I've been looking forward to. Hold on. Hold on a second. Atomic alloys. Can you see that? 64 atomic alloys. I want to build a system by which I can automatically make atomic alloys. that's something that I want to do, because if I can mass produce atomic alloys at a certain amount, then I can actually make more of these purple circuits, and we'll be able to make more of these importer exporters and all that stuff. So let's do that. I've got the time. Do you have the time? I hope you have the time, because we're doing this. Where are my atomic alloy? I'm going to grab all of my atomic alloys out here, because everything I make is going to be out of ultimate circuits, and I could have selected all of them out of there, but it would have taken them all out, and I don't want to do that. So power cables, first things first. I'm going to make 64 of these babies, and we're going to upgrade them all to, oh, my bad. It's a tiered system, so I've got to upgrade them to the advanced and then the elite. So power cable, max these out, max these out, and max these out. There we go. Okay, and then I'm also going to want, well, I'm not going to be able to do ultimate logistical sorters, but I can do, you know what? The logistical sorters really don't need to be that fancy. Let's do stack of these. And then, come on, buddy. Wait a minute. Logistical. I'm confused now. Oh, okay, it's just the alloys. Cool. Well, I can definitely max these out then. For some reason, I thought I had to use the circuits. I guess because you have to use the circuits to make the basic kind. And I don't have any extra, or I have very few extra ultimate circuits. All right, so what can I just dump right now? Yeah, get rid of that. Let's store away a couple of things. I've got this extra elite bin. I've got this extra basic bin. We'll be using those for sure. Advanced control circuits. Let's just dump everything in here. Do not use this thing with my items, because it needs to be, you know, I need to use it. And okay, I've got my formula. Okay, all right, here's what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna set up an automatic atomic assembly system. All right, so what we'll need is an enrichment chamber. So let's go ahead and make an enrichment chamber. That's going to be for the redstone. Enrichment chamber. So I need a steel casing. I forgot everything else I need, actually, I think. Yeah. Steel casing is going to be here. It's going to take a few of them. And I forgot what else I need. Stack of these. Sure. Okay, enrichment chamber, that's going to be for the redstone, and then I need an metallurgic infuser, which is going to require 2 furnaces. So I think I should have shift-clicked that, but I didn't. So I got the 2 furnaces. I also need some osmium. So there is our metallurgic infuser, and that's going to give us our reinforced alloy. Okay, so let's go ahead and automate that part. The redstone can go here, and then directly next to it is going to be where the iron comes in. So we're going to need to make another an exporter. Yeah, we're going to need to make another exporter. How do you make these exporters again? Oh, I've got it over there. Oh, good. Okay, the exporter doesn't require the sticky piston. I was actually kind of curious about that. So to make another piston, obviously I need several of these. So I'm just going to shift click and make as many pistons as I'm able to. And then let's make some teleportation cores, which I think everything is in my inventory. So let's make a few of these. Where's my atomic alloys? There we go. So now you're witnessing a real life example of how to use this whole thing. So the only thing I'm missing now are the purple squares, which I don't have any. Okay, I've got a bunch. Okay, we're good. We should be good. Okay. So let's make one of these. I'm gonna set it down here, and this item here is going to bring in our redstone. And of course, I don't want it to bring in all the redstone. So I'm not entirely sure, once again, how to limit it, but you know, we'll figure it out as we go here. Next, let's bring in the iron, because I still haven't... Well, you know what? I can put redstone in right there and filter for it here. Item stack, redstone. Okay, so it's brought it all in. It's not running because it doesn't have power, but that's okay. That's actually perfect. Let's put in another exporter, which I have all the things for. And in this one, we're going to be bringing in the iron. Do I have any iron in my inventory? I do. Nice. Okay, so the iron should automatically kick out. As soon as this runs, it's going to auto-eject the items out to the right. So this is where the reinforced alloy is going to end up. Not reinforced. What is it called again? Enriched. There we go. The enriched alloy. So after the enriched alloy, we're going to want to make, and for some reason I'm just drawing a blank on how all this works. So let's just look at alloy. That'll make it easier. So we've already made this, redstone and iron. The next thing is the reinforced alloy in another metallurgic infuser, but we have to bring in and enrich some diamonds. So obviously the items that are in here, the infused alloy, need to be kicked over to another metallurgic infuser. So let's go ahead and make one of those. Infuser. All right, we'll need 2 of these babies. Okay, and there we go. And of course, I'm going to want to put the upgrades in there too. But for now, let's bring in another exporter. Actually, we don't need an exporter for this one. This one is just going to catch whatever kicks out of here. So let's actually put output to the right and eject on. So this is going to receive the enriched alloy, right? Yes. Very good. And so I need another enrichment chamber sitting on top of this. And that is going to be receiving the diamond. So enrichment. I think I've got everything I need in there. There we go. That was easy. All right. And we'll place that down just like so. And then I want the exporter to go on top of that. So exporter. Very good. Place that down. Storage and set. And of course, again, this is going to be receiving diamonds, and then it's going to eject items on to the bottom. Okay, so my enriched diamonds will show up here, and my enriched alloys are going to go onto here, and then it's going to make reinforced alloys, which will kick off to the next metallurgic infuser. So I need one more, and this one is going to be making our atomic alloy. So infuser. I don't have enough cobblestone on me, so let's go ahead and go grab another stack of that. Make a couple. And there we have it. Now, this is going to be a little bit more complicated because it has to receive, and I'll just show you instead of telling you. It has to receive enriched obsidian, which is diamond and obsidian dust. And so there's going to be a bit of a machine chain going on back here, or maybe to the side to combine for the atomic alloys that's going to be ending up here. So let's actually set up the enrichment chamber here. Need a whole nother enrichment chamber. Okay. And I happen to have everything I need for that one, so that's awesome. This enrichment chamber will be receiving the... You know what, I should probably just put this over here. It's going to be receiving the refined obsidian dust that goes through an enrichment chamber. So... Hold on, I just confused myself here. So, the metallurgic infuser receives the enriched obsidian. The enrichment chamber receives refined obsidian dust, which is just enriched diamond run through with obsidian dust. So I do need another, I already have the enrichment chamber, so I need another metallurgic infuser set down right there. Who'd have thought, man, this would be so complicated, but here's the best part. As soon as this is set up, dude, it's gonna be Amazing. I'm super excited about it. All right, so this is going to be receiving the refined obsidian. This is going to be receiving the obsidian dust and the diamond, the enriched diamond. So that means I need one more enrichment chamber, and then our chain of machines are complete. Enrichment chamber. I don't have the steel casing. There we go. All right, so this enrichment chamber will receive diamonds. These diamonds will then kick off, so I do need to set eject to on. This is going to kick over to here. This thing also needs to receive obsidian dust, right? Enriched obsidian, refined obsidian dust, metallurgic infuser, diamond dust. I feel like I need to work backwards to keep this straight because this is quite complex. So this is where the atomic alloy is going to be made, right? In this metallurgic infuser, which means that I need the enrichment chamber to receive the refined obsidian dust. So that's here. The refined obsidian dust is going to be made in this metallurgic infuser. So refined obsidian dust, metallurgic infuser is going to be receiving obsidian dust. So I need to actually bring in the obsidian dust right there, which means I need another exporter. And I'm missing a bunch of parts, but I think I've got everything in my inventory that I need, except for another piston. I'm missing the wood. This is such a tiered process, but I love it because once we get it set up, dude, it's gonna feel so good. It's gonna feel amazing, actually. Let's go ahead and sleep, just because. It makes me nervous. Okay. So let's make another piston. Okay, and then here's the exporter. And again, we're exporting from the QIO system. This thing here will receive the obsidian dust, which I do have a bunch of it here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just grab some to set up the filter. There we go. Wait. Oh geez. Okay, gosh, it's complicated because I'm going backwards here. All right, this is the metallurgic infused that the atomic alloy is gonna be made in. So I need to put enriched obsidian. So the enrichment chamber is going to enrich my obsidian. So it's not regular obsidian though. It's special obsidian, isn't it? It's refined obsidian. So that needs to come into here. I think this is right. Which means that the diamond needs to be brought in here. Okay, so I need to bring in the diamond. I think we got this right. I really hope we did, because if we didn't, it's gonna be really tough to even be able to tell, to be honest with you. Make another piston, and let's bring all this in again. I'm blowing through so much polonium, by the way. Isn't this crazy? All right, turn this thing on. And then item stack, diamonds, set, and save. Okay, so the diamonds should come in here. Let's actually go through it backwards now. So, this here, and this here. Yeah, so the diamonds will come in here. They will enrich and kick out. So I do need to set this up to eject out. Good. It will come into here. It will receive the obsidian dust, which will come into here. It will kick off the items. Need to set this to input, actually. All right, and then it'll go into the enrichment chamber, which will enrich the enriched obsidian and kick out over here for the metallurgic infuser. So I think all of this is set up. The only thing I need now is power, and I kind of want to put this on the top just because everything else is too. Here, let's put this on top. I like how it actually keeps its filters. That's awesome. All right, and I need a quantum entangler because I don't have power. I do have one quantum entangler. It is set to energy, so should I? Nah, let's make another one. Quantum. I just want to see this thing work. If this thing would just work, that would be fab. That would be fantastic. All right, so I need 4 obsidian ingots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gotta go to our osmium compressor. And of course, it's gonna kick over to here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So, quantum entangler portal, that should be everything. There we go. And then I'm going to set up this thing right here, hit energy, and energy ejection is off. We're gonna go output all the way around. And then I made these energy cables on purpose. I just realized that I made all these logistical transporters. I'm actually not gonna need them, which is interesting. All right, so this thing is enriching redstone, but it's not kicking out. Is that because it's not set to eject? It is. Ah, this has to be yellow. There we go. Now the redstone is kicking over. So it's enriching the redstone. It's kicking over to here. This needs to be receiving iron. So let me throw in a couple of stacks of iron. Okay, so the iron is set up over there. So it should now be dropping into here. Very good. And it's going to kick over the atomic, or the infused alloy to here. Now I need this to be receiving diamond. So let's set up the item stack, set and save, and then let's throw in a couple of stacks of diamond into there. Okay. This thing should be receiving diamonds. It should also kick off items downward, which means, and this is actually the yellow should be the top. Yes, so the diamonds are here, so it should make the reinforced alloy, which should appear here. Yes, okay, so we got all that done, nice. So now this thing is enriching, which means this side needs to be yellow. So now it is receiving diamonds. This thing should receive some obsidian dust. So let me just go ahead and throw some of that in there too. I'll have to automate all this in the future, but for now, this is automatic. This is probably going to get. So this thing is going to make refined obsidian dust, which then needs to be kicked out to the left. This thing needs to actually receive on the right. So now it is receiving refined obsidian dust, which is going to make it enriched obsidian, right? Yes. And then it should kick it out to the right. And this should be set to yellow on the left. There you go, guys. So we have set up an automatic system by which I'm going to be able to have automatic atomic alloy. Now, this used, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exporters. We could have used 5 different quantum entangler porters and a whole bunch of cables, but notice that this system does not use any of the logistical transporters. Next thing I'd like to do is add in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 64, 8 times 8, 64 speed upgrades and energy upgrades. I'll do that off camera. And now, the last thing that I'd want to do if I had the slime, actually I do have the slime for it, is send this item, the atomic alloy, into my QIO drive. But because I haven't quite figured out the redstone adapter just yet, I'm going to save that for a future video, because as of right now, this is pretty cool. I mean, the fact that it's automatically making all these items. And here's the thing. As soon as this thing fills up, this thing will fill up. And then this thing will fill up. And this thing will fill up. And all of it will fill up. So if I need, let's say, extra reinforced alloy, I just have to come here and grab it and pull it out. I don't have to necessarily pull out only the atomic alloy. So it serves the purpose of having plenty of any of these different types of alloys that I may want. It doesn't just serve the purpose of automating the atomic alloy, but it also serves the purpose of automating the reinforced and the infused alloy. And it's also going to be really good at taking away all of my diamonds, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. Actually, yeah, only 2 of these are taking diamonds. The rest of them are taking either redstone or bringing in obsidian or whatever. So anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me today in this episode of Surviving with Mekanism. I'm very excited about this little machine right here. I'm gonna have to learn how to use it because right now I'm not very good at using it. But hey, you know what? For now, it'll work. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, don't forget to post them down below in the comments or join our Discord server where we have an entire discussion on Mekanism. I'm constantly helping guys out and I love it, so definitely do that. Like and subscribe. Remember that I love each and every one of you, and I will see you all again next time.